Living like some tin sardines, and more than likely see a kid's arse beat. Repeatedly living like tin sardines, and more than likely see a kid's arse beat. Deep in the memory I often was woken by the sound of cussing and the scuffling, stuck in a poor and violent household, living low budget. Home to young and dumb parents with no spare dough, and plus the rich are living like pharaohs while we share clothes. In the open we smoke with linger, disfranchised and broke on our own, eating toast for dinner. Anytime I broke a limb I filled up my plaster cast with signatures, arts and crafts, and felt like a local winner. Bottled my innocence, then I swapped it for ignorance. On the blocks we were living in I was misunderstood, labelled a social sinner. Just like Oprah Winfrey in colour purple, no coats, earmuffs or thermals, no heating and frozen in the winter. Infants living without flooring or carpet down. Harsh as it sounds, adults continue to harbour foul. Indesirable individuals and career criminals in the middle with drugs and money passed around. I could not do one thing about it, powerless. Before I knew of the alphabet, I found the rest. The ends were dodgy by design, not yet gentrified, with a lot of coppers in the skies and hot-headed vibes. Silent murder but with no outlines, and cause of them my mother wouldn't let us go outside. At certain times had to play on the balcony while bouncing on a space hopper down the street out of reach. Loud TVs with Jane Fonda commentary on her knees. People hungry adopting poverty's policy, showing these wealthy and privileged addicted to sickening immiscible difference between want and need. Eager to bottom feed, speeding on foggy trails like a monorail, seeming like we just wanna fail. Cause we were lacking incentive in our adolescence, with my cousins in Clapham on Fenwick sharing beds top and tail. Living like some tin sardines, and more than likely see a kid's arse beat. Repeatedly living like tin sardines, and more than likely see a kid's arse beat. Deep in the memory I ran with the local ignoramuses, gangs and vandalists, smash cameras where the bandits lived. Didn't know salmon was yamming fish finger sandwiches, while older role models move amethyst so the crackers lip. Systematic slaughter on estates of caution, Dalston was the border where we were brought up, forcing pounds out of metal trolleys. For some reason conform to cereal and water, eaten like paupers and support the extent of robbery. Wrongfully catching alopecia from unnecessary stress, wishing I had amnesia. Chipping for hash and reefer before the skunk, summing up coins and shekels. Whenever I would step in the bath, had to boil the kettle. Sell it to them kids for 20p a single. Yes, nimble little ones nibbling penny sweets they swindle. Mischief in the summer, playing run-outs in our socks. Visuals in different colours, pick my pace up then I'm gone. As we open and scroll to another page of being up so late underage, where the thump of the sub bass along with my mother's pain go together like blood and vein. With a spliff or two in the living room, in the misty view abusing the spirit juice, with some Guinness punch marinating to the afro funk. Another ashen fag butt in the plastic cup, burn the incense for guests, relatives and friends, content with dense, heavy and thick dreads. Inbred, called it a sinfest of a slick set that's been dressed to impress. Lit a zoot and vibe to the superfly, till the sunlight shines bright through the blinds. Like June or July, giving direction, kinda like supervising a scuba dive. Through a lighter to an arsonist, charred ribs along with chicken on the barbecue. Up for the downstroke blast in Parliament, funk in the yard or through Notting Hill Carnival. Numerous articles in newspapers, jacking art and facts like Tomb Raiders. Daily is the aroma of weed and body odor, being woke up from sleeping in a coma. Olders get handy, mix shandy in a pantry, sip brandy, get brandy. Dank weeded long before rap sheets, getting bagged up and in the pork's backseat. People love to shuffle and bogle, feeding comfortable socially and munch all the soul food. Blow at youths like we were smoke proof, and whatever we go through is the shit that they produce. I never asked to be a product of the 80s. No, I didn't. Music and drug influence producing more funk babies. I never asked to be a product of the 80s. No, I didn't. Music and drug influence producing more funk babies. As we open and scroll to another page of being up so late underage, where the thump of the sub bass along with my mother's pain go together like mud and rain. Got the torch lit on the fourth spliff, now you need a forklift for your drawbridge. Been taught to respawn when torn up, coming through doors 5-6 o'clock in the morning. Crack of dawn shit, thick like muscle mass, having the upper hand. Jam to Bootsy Collins and his rubber band. Characters consisting of political activists / comedians, Russell Brand. Stacking marbles on the drains, there were activities outdoors but no arcades. For girls around the way there was hopscotch, shot after shot and caught the cosmic slot from the massive shoe prints of attached amusement due to Patrick Truman with elastic movements.
Boosted youthful ninjas in big group shoplifting, doing knockdown ginger. Now I got the Rizzler, no need for assistance, whether it be the chocolate or stress weed. Where they empty a clip in the ceiling, so that evening they left with a head full of debris. Reggae and bashment, dancehall and fashion. Most Anglo-Saxons don't know of the accent patois they mismatching. Broken English fragments and a flashlight Joe Pesci on a jet ski. People love to shuffle and bogle, feeling comfortable socially and munch all the soul food. Blow at youths like we were smoke proof, and whatever we go through is the shit that they produce. I never asked to be a product of the 80s. No, I didn't. Music and drug influence producing more funk babies. I never asked to be a product of the 80s. No, I didn't. Music and drug influence producing more funk babies. Anybody around is more likely to drown in the sounds pouring out loud from the house. Scouting, it flows right past you, but no blow up castles, just more bounce to the ounce. Clouds of cannabis slash healthy asparagus in a passage of funky people and black Caesar. Eat through that cheap and fat speaker, thick as tree trunks appeased by that P-funk. Anybody around is more likely to drown in the sounds pouring out loud from the house. Scouting, it flows right past you, but no blow up castles, just more bounce to the ounce. Clouds of cannabis slash healthy asparagus in a passage of funky people and black Caesar. Eat through that cheap and fat speaker, thick as tree trunks appeased by that P-funk. I never asked to be a product of the 80s. No, I didn't. Music and drug influence producing more funk babies. I never asked to be a product of the 80s. No, I didn't. Music and drug influence producing more funk babies.
Babies in the running round.
Flying high like pleasure is all mine. So I roll another fatty, stoned and aggie, potent biff in the air. More Guinness whenever I walk by. Focused on that swollen batty, never old and flabby with itchy hair. Flying high like pleasure is all mine. So I roll another fatty, stoned and aggie, potent biff in the air. More Guinness whenever I walk by. Focused on that swollen batty, never old and flabby with itchy hair. I'm tearing a slim blue Rizzler, crumbling up a drawer on staircases mainly. Heavily in groups, thicker with liquor, spitting on floors of where ain't no safety. Baking with no shade and play the tape of Buju Bantam Bounty Killer with no long ting or delay on the taste displayed, scraped off paper plates. No takeaway, just a hateful eight with an eighth to blaze. Rolling weed up in the Rio Cinema, the street no, with Popo peeping through the keyhole trying to find a Nemo. In the motion of ill scams and focus on real plans of soca and steel pans, willing to exceed like a leaf or a higher fee. Women in stretch jeans, bringing chicken with rice and peas. These Caribbean recipes, indigenous equity, intentment respectfully, then I will be flying high like pleasure is all mine. So I roll another fatty, stoned and aggie, potent piff in the air. More Guinness whenever I walk by. Focused on that swollen batty, never old and flabby with itchy hair. Flying high like pleasure is all mine. So I roll another fatty, stoned and aggie, potent piff in the air. More Guinness whenever I walk by. Focused on that swollen batty, never old and flabby with itchy hair. I'm tearing a bamboo, billing up, getting infinite sun, fresh air on a daily. This ocean is see-through, notice the clouds are white like the sand and ain't no complaining. Equator attracting heat, then falling back in the sea, just like an aquamarine. Eating raw watermelon, seasoning more refreshments, gradually unseen, just like some vanishing cream. Jamming to Junior Reid, Marley and Peter Tosh, napping cool as the breeze, blasting the speaker box. Dominos and Jamaicans, tables get damaged. From a zone with the bongos, invited to smoke the chalice, willing to exceed, getting better at climbing trees. Mango so fresh, sweet, saltfish patties or rice and peas. These Caribbean recipes, indigenous equity, intentment, respect the lead, then I will be flying high like pleasure is all mine. So I roll another fatty, stoned and aggie, potent piff in the air. More Guinness whenever I walk by. Focused on that swollen batty, never old and flabby with itchy hair. Flying high like pleasure is all mine. So I roll another fatty, stoned and aggie, potent piff in the air. More Guinness whenever I walk by. Focused on that swollen batty, never old and flabby with itchy hair.
Bloom losing underwear and shoes, living their birthday suits. True, true, true. Got juice, not seduced when of use, picking forbidden fruit. You. Who bloom losing underwear and shoes, living their birthday suits. True, true, true. Got juice, not seduced when of use, picking forbidden fruit. You. Splash,
Splat to the apple bum porno fermented. Fuck up the small intestine, the fresh and watermelon scented. Pussy for flexing. Chocolate, vanilla to charcoal or red skin. Lemon and lime spreading the thighs like a contortionist bending. Woody protected. Ready to sample the ripe and exotic. Forbidden fruit with clinical proof that this vagina ain't got pips. Gone off or rotten. Long as your apricot is non-toxic, I will conduct immediate thrust on your oranges and olives. Beat the kiwi fruits, squeezing the juice and leaving them loose and leaking in a sneak preview of head with a neck as long as an ostrich. Waterwood Haven, before fornication, shaving their raisins, whether they're grapes or Bayesian, Jamaican, Haitian, Caucasian or Asian, full information. Aching for your insides are quite fragile and highly bashful. I mash a batch full of papaya, pineapple, parsley, punani. With my banana, bruising your grapefruit, hugging this planting that's flooded with parsnip, pumpkin and plum juice.
Who bloom losing underwear and shoes, living their birthday suits. True, true, true. Got juice, not seduced when of use, picking forbidden fruit. You. Who bloom losing underwear and shoes, living their birthday suits. True, true, true. Got juice, not seduced when of use, picking forbidden fruit. You.
Splash. Never been done but young, full of cum. Well hung for coconuts that stiffen this cold cucumber in some or mobile phone numbers. Wrote in the colour of custard or mustard with a black currant, cranberry body discussion of numbness of rubbers, rump in a bubble. Blueberry, raspberry, strawberries without seeds but with leg muscles. Connected to a symmetrically round peach out on a sex drive. Peckish defining lychee or lychee, no pesticides. Then I can squeeze that blueberry real tightly with an incentive and a directive. Mango-sized hits is a handful. Experimenting and then inventing many positions and angles tricky to handle. No tyrant and picky but boom boom selective. As I'm injecting venom and stretching another pussy with hexes smiling right at me. Finding the fanning so frivolous, fingers are sticky from Saxon was dripping. This vigorous diligent Willie, you'll beat it like Bam Bam, not Michael Jackson. Snatch it in batches, preserve it and can it, distribute in this unreversible habit, preferring to smash it than eat it like Pac-Man, sour or tangy. Vanishing outfits, knickers and trousers, even the shoes are missing with lighters flicking in abandoned houses with power outage. Dirtier furniture, nobody's home, plus no interruptions. Just pick up a muffin and openly bone, enjoyfully boisterous. Boy with the spot off a point like a boiler, no need for ointments. When forbidden coochie is moist as an oyster, you're multi-flavoured. Sacred triangular prism is pink, still I wouldn't taste it. Just running my cane in between your fish lips while diving in bareback. Swim the waters of your pomegranate as you adapt to them whorish antics, making your gap more attractive to mash and dashes. After that passion fruit, looking to stab it through lots of wild animals, maniacal yapping who racks from the man a bitch crap apple slappers.
Who bloom losing underwear and shoes, living their birthday suits. True, true, true. Got juice, not seduced when of use, picking forbidden fruit. You. Who bloom losing underwear and shoes, living their birthday suits. True, true, true. Got juice, not seduced when of use, picking forbidden fruit. You. Who bloom losing underwear and shoes, living their birthday suits. True, true, true. Got juice, not seduced when of use, picking forbidden fruit. You. Who bloom losing underwear and shoes, living their birthday suits. True, true, true. Got juice, not seduced when of use, picking forbidden fruit. You.
Splash. Satin smooth gashes, no stale avocado. Coming like Arnold in that commando movie. More Mel Bravado, handling pears. Delicate pears and melons for pleasure. With the aggression, many defensive bumblebees get for their nectar. Spreading manuka. Honey that's running and spunky to cover a facial or rub on the tummy. I'm no Easter bunny, but still when I get in that eggplant up on the high branch. Squeezing and checking the clit is in season, the reason to squirt in your eye fast. I intervene with the penis and peel them, keeping the pipe hard. Solid and polished for fruitful encounters. Arouse the female genitalia when my youthful morale is guided by nature. Before fornication, shaving their razors, whether the grapes are Bayesian, Jamaican, Haitian, Caucasian or Asian, full information. Aching for your insides are quite fragile and highly bashful. I mash a batch full of papaya, pineapple, parsley, punani. Hardest banana, bruising your grapefruit, tugging this plant that's covered in pumpkin plum juice is true forbidden fruit. This troublesome mother was struck, huff, puff and cuss, spilling up in front of us, smoking like a blunderbuss. Plus I was still an infant on that day when I took a pull on the half a spliff in the ashtray. At age 11, 12 or 13 and no more earlier is when I burnt my first tree. Some of us worth seek and curb creep. Others would hurl freak and turn green. Weed weakened like fertilizer, turd heaps and weren't seen burning up dirt like I was third seed. Herb bees in a free queenless honey patch where that sweetness I'm bunning had me on the munchies bad. Second-handed smoke habits by learnt behavior left me with my eyes red like the Terminator. aroma that'll permeate like a wall to pistol when I caught the giggles from what's in that wooden box. The texture feel was cushion soft, put on the weed trail where some seem pale, slowing down like old grown sea snails from pressure to do long hits, but hold it in for to draw killer. This right here is no hypothesis, no. It's the origins of my high tolerance. Yes. Watching my dad close at home and so twisted as he drank like a fish that's in an ocean of spirits. In the living room chilling before his alcoholism. A quick bow to submission, then going out for more liquor. With a stiff limp, feeling high struck. With a wobble, flammable, overproof, white rum in the bottle. Ray and nephew's firewater blast off. Draining the petrol down to the last drop. Never half cocked with it, went from tipsy to pissy till his heart's off limits with a sickly kidney. Stones roll when the alcohol's a slippery slope. Now showing the ultimate mystery solved. Of my high tolerance to the boys and pointlessly awaiting like daily doctor appointments. Monday to Sunday round the clock, drunk, swaying nothing down the lot. All year round span lounge and doze off. Beer cans on top of the soapbox. Bottle caps and babbling slurred speech. Lost count of the units per week. Not new to me, usually straight smelling like a brewery. Not new to me, usually straight smelling like a brewery. Pause a second, now that covers the first of leads. Now fast forward to my early teens. Sound systems and many house parties, shining light to my vision like the night of Diwali. Mixing liquors, drinking out of mugs and shot glasses. In the mix of big tits, pussies and asses. Didn't miss like my dick was hooked in a harness. Never slipped or fell cause my high has been mastered. Plastered until they're legless, that's pathetic. Very. Some rang the ambulance for the paralytic. Stomach pumping acid with the booze. Dismantled and confused, frankly miserable with the damage pending. Which chemical imbalance is the very magician that'll make the spliff vanish? Chicks rambling is boring for a sure thing. Dispatching what we call links, pouring more drinks. As long as you had fun, latched on that 2-gram blunt. Intoxication was non-stop with toleration built up strong. All these class clowns always start loud until they calm down and pass out. This song is not an exhibition of a blinded occupant. It's a description of the origins of my high tolerance.
Hi, I'm here today because I'm addicted to marijuana.
You went here for some marijuana? Marijuana? Man, this is some bullshit!
Marijuana is not a drug. I used to suck dick for coke.
I seen them!
Now that's an addiction, man. You ever suck some dick for marijuana?
Huh?
No, I can't say I have.
I didn't think so.
Opening local binary patterns in the mind of an addict, living psychosomatic. Dignity and integrity absent, cause the widening gap is in their life which is lacking. Opening local binary patterns in the mind of an addict, living psychosomatic. Dignity and integrity absent, cause the widening gap is in their life which is lacking. Lost ambition and wisdom, getting twisted from this addiction in front of the mother, brothers, sisters and infants. From habitual shoplifting, picking more cuts and blisters. From the dock to the prison, it looks like modern day lynchings. When heroin and chemicals enter the hemispheres, then evidently perseverance will disappear. Sheer gear and syringes the top priority to appear ignorant bliss, drunk and disorderly. Cause to effect all sensory and speech. Message as the feces leak, essentially a fiend. If life is a screen, their minds are sauna steam. While the idea of discreet's the center of the streets. Feeling like a caged hen, pre-reminder to pay debts before they saw red on the doorstep. The pipe is the brain stem, and the weight of suspense is the auditory or visual cortex. No common sense like provoking a hornet and its nest. Repeat offender more horny for pornographic sex. In a lifetime a silver lining, and with the hypothalamus of a dominant hippopotamus. But addiction you still confide in, and whether drugs are not stuck in a relationship that's monogamous. Etch a sketch in your imperfections, causing depression in a session with extra venom, caress your cerebellum. Kama Sutra on your medulla oblongata. They advise you talk to Frank, but it's not Sinatra. When you come through, they done you. If you play magician by hand, it isn't theft to you. Since your love grew for junk food, your bum's loose while malfunctions undo the lateral ventricle. When you're being readmitted, veins throbbing from chain spotting for a legal prescription from the clinic. Opening local binary patterns in the mind of an addict, living psychosomatic. Dignity and integrity absent, cause the widening gap is in their life which is lacking. Opening local binary patterns in the mind of an addict, living psychosomatic.
Dignity and integrity absent, cause the widening gap is in their life which is lacking.